Morning, General. When we left off yesterday, we left off just after you gave a very general overview of 5 WhatsApp chat communications between Mr. Matlala and 5 individuals. And we were at the point of beginning to go through the first chat communication, and that would be between Mr. Matlala and Mr. Brown Mogotsi. So if you could please open bundle WB1, which contains the chats between Mr. Matlala and Mr. Mogotsi. Do you have it in front of you?
Yes.
And you have provided the Commission with this, and I take it you've read through it closely, the chats.
That's correct.
Before we begin with a page-by-page going through of the chat analysis, can you tell the Commission what are the overall themes that for you emerge from this particular conversation we're about to go through?
Thank you, Commissioners. The analysis of the charts gave us about 6 themes that we are going to present as evidence as extracted from the cellular phone of Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala.
And General, sorry if I can just pause you there, sorry to interrupt, but when you say it's 6 themes, it's the 6 themes that emerge just from the conversation between Kat Matlala and Brown Mogotsi. So it's just the one chat that we're looking at for now.
That's correct. For now, we'll be looking at one chat that is between Vusimuzi Matlala and Brown Mogotsi. The themes that we'll use for this briefing will be those chats that are talking to the IPIT, the use of IPIT. The second one will be the one talking to the payments for politicians. The third one will be looking at the chats related to the tender protection. And the fourth one will be the charts talking to the disbandment of the political killings task team. And the fifth one will be the links to the senior crime intelligence and South African police service members. And then the sixth one will be talking to the access to the minister. Those will be the 6 themes that will guide us as we go through the charts.
Thank you. Commissioners, I then propose we begin going through the chats in detail. So on page 1, you have it in front of you, General Khumalo. It says Brown Mogotsi is the number. And you confirmed yesterday that this is a number that is indeed registered to Brown Mogotsi.
That's correct.
And is this the same number that was used to contact General Mchunu in September last year?
That is correct, Commissioners, the same number that was used during the communication with General Mchunu.
And the second name is not under the name Matlala, it's Dlamini. Can you explain why it's under the name Dlamini?
Thank you, Commissioners. Dlamini is another name or second name, surname of Vusimuzi Matlala, and he possesses an identity document to that effect. And also, he is using that surname in some of the gadgets where he is communicating with Brown Mogotsi and others.
General, the second identity document you are referring to, is it a South African identity document issued by Home Affairs? The one that bears the surname Dlamini?
Apologies, Commissioners. It's a Swaziland identity document that bears the surname Dlamini.
Thank you. And then we see that the chats we're about to go through begin on 19 December 2024. Do you know why they begin on that date, 19 December 24?
That is, Commissioners, the beginning of the whole communication data on the cell phones that were extracted. All the data or information begins on that day, 19th of December 2024.
And it ends on 15 May 2025. And is that because obviously he was arrested on the 14th and that was when the phone was confiscated?
That is correct, Commissioner.
Commissioners, if I could just explain the date of the 15th, because Mr. Matlala was arrested on the 14th. But if you turn to page 91 of the chats, the reason it reflects as 15 May is that strange thing we were talking about yesterday, that the system kicks in called unknown sender, which is reflected as 15 May, but that's the date on which the contents of the phone were extracted. So obviously there was no chats between Mr. Matlala after the 14th. So just to explain why it goes up to the 15th. Okay. All right, so let's begin then with the first communication from Mr. Matlala to Mr. Mogotsi. And that contains a video link, which we'll display for the Commission. That was dated 18 December. General, it's followed by a photograph of the same people, a photograph, a still. It looks like it's a still photograph taken from that video. Is that correct?
That is correct, Commissioner.
Can you explain what that's a video of?
Sorry, Mr. Sim. You say that was the 18th. What we have here is the 19th on the document. Is there an explanation for that?
Yes, maybe what we should do is play the next two videos and then deal with this. If we can pause there. So what we see generally is a series of videos of people entering a building called Menlyn Capital. including 2 pretty seriously armed officers. And it's on 2 days, the 18 December 2024 and 19 December 2024. Is that correct?
That's correct, Commissioners.
Okay, can you explain what's happening in that video and that photograph and who the people are?
Thank you, Commissioners. The 2 videos were forwarded, as well as the still photo, were forwarded by Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala to Mr. Brown Mogotsi. The 2 videos and the still photo are depicting the 2-day operation that was conducted by the members of Gauteng Counterintelligence Operation with regards to the Firearms Control Act compliance inspection, which was a follow-up from the operation that was done on the 6th of December.
Was Mr. Matlala informed that the team would be arriving for this inspection on those dates?
That is correct, Commissioners. The arrangements were made with Mr. Vusi Matlala as well as his legal representative, and the appointment was set initially for the 18th, and one of them was not available. Hence, then it was postponed to take place the following day, the 19th.
And can you explain why it was necessary to have an armed escort?
It is a standard operational procedure for the Gauteng Counterintelligence Operation members because of the threat and risk assessment that is still in place. And it is also our operational procedure to provide the protection for the investigating officers by a suitable tactical capability during the conducting of their operations.
And the threat and risk assessment you referred to, we haven't got to that point yet in your statement. So could you, at this point, just give a bit more of an explanation of why there was a need for a threat and risk assessment and what the findings were? Yes,
the threats against the operation, which will include also the members attached to it, were identified at the beginning of the operation. That was reflecting an operation as a very high-risk operation. Hence, then, as part of counterintelligence measures, we had to employ then the 24-hour protection to the members that are involved in this particular operation.
So the findings of the threat and risk
assessment
was high?
Was high.
The individuals you say who arrived are members of the task team?
Are the members of the task team, that's correct.
So in the next photograph, is that, can you explain who are the people in that photograph and what's taking place?
The photograph depicts the members of the GCI Ops conducting an inspection together then with the personnel from Vusi Matlala's business premises.
Please mention the page numbers for the record.
That's on page 3. Pardon me.
No, I do see it. I just for the record.
Thank you, Chair. That's on page 3, the photograph. And so this is where they are conducting the firearm compliance inspection.
That's correct.
And what were the outcomes of that inspection?
The outcomes of the inspection was there were possible contraventions of some of the sections of Firearms Control Act. Hence, then an inquiry was registered, which was then investigated from that day on, and it is still under investigation. And the firearms were all confiscated for ballistic analysis. After the ballistic analysis was completed, and they were returned back to the owner, lawful owner, Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala.
Do you know when they were returned?
I do not have the specific date, but it was 3 to 4 weeks after the operation.
Thank you. If we can turn to page 4. After a call between Mr. Mogotsi and Mr. Matlala, there's then a text exchange. Can you read that, please?
The first text exchange from Brown Mogotsi to Vusimuzi Matlala, it has got the message that reads, "I pit guy name," which is the first text that is talking to our first theme of this presentation.
And can you read the next message?
The next message, which is a follow-up on the first, where Mr. Brown Mogotsi is following up from Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala on the same IPIT discussion, asking my brother, any news from IPIT?
So you say that this is the first mention of the theme regarding IPID that you've highlighted for the commissioners.
That is correct, commissioners. Maybe also to add or to sensitize the commissioners that we will find the discussion under this theme as we continue to the next page, page 5, 6, 7, as well as page 11 and 12. As we get to those pages, we'll be coming across the discussion around IPIT theme.
Thank you. So we'll move off that because we want to go sequentially through the chats, but it will recur, the theme of IPID. Okay, so the next message, if you can read that.
The next message reads, my brother, how is the court proceedings? According to our analysis and interpretation of the message, we are aware of the fact that after the compliance inspection operation, Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala initiated an urgent court application for the return of the firearms that were confiscated. Our analysis of the chart based on the timeline is giving us that possibility that the chart or the question was with regard to the court proceedings, because the matter was expected to be heard on the date of the message, which is the 24th of December 2024.
Advocate Hasim, I know we're dealing only with the chats, but between the chats, I see that there are audio calls and video calls. Are we leaving those and just assume that there were video calls and audio calls, but nothing more about it?
We have no further information on the audio or video calls. So all we're able to discern from the chat is that a call was made at that point in time, and when the call was returned, and the times at which the calls were made, but we have no information beyond that. And I think that it's useful to just note, General, as we're going along, even though we're skipping sort of over the calls, but to just note for the record that a call was made between the two individuals.
On that same note, Mr. Sim, I think it will be helpful for purposes of a complete record when we read it later, that perhaps you also mention the date and the
Yes.
timestamp
Yes,
as you go along.
of the calls.
Well, not just
Well,
not
of
the calls,
everything,
more the
yes.
messages, really.
Yes.
More the
Yes, no, I
messages.
think, I mean, certainly for the messages, but we could do the same for the calls. I'm sorry, so we were on how's the court proceedings, and your interpretation of this is that it related to the application by Mr. Matlala for the return of his firearms and cell phones. Do you know anything further about that court application?
What we know is that on the same day, the 24th of December 2024, when the matter was expected to sit, the applicant, Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala, withdrew his application.
Okay, so can you just provide the date and time of the next set of calls one by one?
On the next page, there are calls between Mr. Brown Mogotsi and Vusimuzi Matlala, as well as the greeting on the Christmas Day.
Let me pause you, General. So the first one is, I think we are going to be quite specific about this. So the first call was 24 December 2024 at 13:45. That's at the bottom of page 4.
That is correct. The first call of the day from Brown Mogotsi to Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala, followed by another call. And thereafter, then the response or greetings back, or maybe an indication that he did miss the calls. And then the next message.
So let me pause for a second, just so we get all of the calls in as Commissioner Beloy requested. The next call was, so the first call on that was 24 December 13:45. The next call was from Mr. Mogotsi, 24 December 2024 at 14:05. And then another call from Mr. Mogotsi, 24 December 2024 at 23:03. And then a message on 25 December 2024. Can you take it from there?
Thank you, Commissioners. And then the first message then from Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala to Mr. Brown Mogotsi on the 25th of December 2024
At 6:17.
6:17.
Yes.
Morning, my brother. Did you call by mistake last night? Then followed by the message from Brown Mogotsi to Vusimuzi Matlala on the same date, 25th of December 2024 at 8:42, with the message reading as follows: "Good day, bro. I believe it was a missed dial. Sorry, it's a response to the previous message." And then there are 3 items that are sent by Mr. Brown Mogotsi. The first one being IPIT, the second one being the court case date, as well as the 25% we may lose ACOM and flight packages. The first 2, according to our analysis, are referring to the 2 subject matters that we have heard or seen on the preceding pages.
And the third?
The third is talking to the theme, sub-theme that we are still going to unpack as we move forward. The 25% we may lose ACOM and flight packages.
And which theme is that?
That theme will be talking to the payments to the politicians.
Can you turn to the next message?
The next message on the same day or the next 4 messages, starting with when are you available? I'm in Mafikeng. The next one, meaning in Joburg. The next one, are you in Joburg or you in Joburg? Those are messages that are suggesting that there was an attempt to set up a meeting between the two.
And those messages begin, when are you available, begins 25 December 2024, 8:47. And the response by Mr. Mogotsi, I'm in Mafeking, is the same day at 9:15. The next message, meaning in Joburg, is at 9:15, immediately after the previous one. Followed by, on the same day, the message from Mr. Matlala saying, you in Joburg, and that's at 9:15. And then if we turn to page 6, Mr. Mogotsi responds, same day, 9:16, no. Okay, and then can you take it from there?
Then the next message from Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala to Mr. Brown Mogotsi on the 25th of December 2024 at 9:16. It reads thus, let me know when you back and the banks open tomorrow. I will circle that deposit thing and the rest we'll discuss whenever you are available. According to our analysis of the chart, it relates to the lists of 3 items that were shared between the two the same day in the morning, the same day, the 25th of December 2024 at 8:42.
Thank you. You can continue with the chats.
It can't be all 3 things. Can it possibly be 1 and 2, or is it about 3 only?
Apologies, Commissioners. It refers to number 3 of the list.
Thank
sent.
you.
It refers to the 25% payment for
25%
flight and
payment.
accommodation.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so the next message.
The next message on the same day, 25th of December 2024 at 9:16, Brown Mogotsi to Vusi Matlala. I'm asking if you want me in Joburg, the continuation of an attempt to have a meeting, with the response from Vusi Matlala on the same day at 25 December 2024 at 9:17. No, was just wondering if you're around so we can discuss what's happening. And then the next message.
Can you pause for a moment there? Do you have any views on what is meant by when Mr. Matlala says we can discuss what's happening? What was happening at that time?
According to our analysis, Commissioners, the issues that were discussed mainly during that period was firstly the operation by the GCI Ops members to the businesses of Vusimuzi Matlala, and also during the operation on the 6th of December, the initial operation, it was the first time that the issue of the tender that Vusimuzi Matlala was having with the South African Police Service. So it was also an issue that was discussed a lot. And on a previous day before Christmas, is when then the SAPS management and ministry had a meeting around the same issue of the tender. So according to our analysis, the question or the issues that Vusimuzi Matlala wanted to discuss with Mr. Brown Mogotsi are referring to the discussions or issues around that tender.
Thank you. You can continue with the messages.
The next message is on the same day, 25th of December 2024 at 9:18. Brown Mogotsi sending to Vusimuzi Matlala indicating that the 26th is a holiday, and with the response from Vusimuzi Matlala on the same day at 09:18, yes, the open half day tomorrow. And then the next message.
You can just pause there. He probably meant they open half day tomorrow. Do you have any view on what he's referring to there? Who's open half day tomorrow?
According to our analysis of the previous messages or discussions and the ones that we are still going to go to, they are talking to the 25% deposit that had to be done.
So is it referring to the banks being open?
To the banks, yes, Commissioners.
Okay, all right, continue.
And then on the same day at 9:18, Brown Mogotsi indicating to Kat Matlala the continuation of the IPIT theme, indicating to him that IPIT can be a breakthrough. And then on the same day, Vusimuzi Matlala is responding back to Mr. Brown Mogotsi at 9:18 again, indicating that there is a bit of a hurdle there, but I'll fill you in. Our interpretation is there means IPIT as a direct response to the previous message from Brown Mogotsi.
The next message.
On the same day, Brown Mogotsi responding with will it work?
At 10:32.
At 10:32 on the same day.
So there's a bit of a hurdle there, but I'll fill you in, followed by from Mr. Mogotsi, will it work? Okay, and the next message.
And then the response to Mr. Brown Mogotsi by Vusimuzi Matlala on the last message asking whether will it work. It reads as, needs someone brave enough. Our interpretation is the response on the question whether it will work or not.
And do you have any view on what, it's responding to the previous message, but do you have any more insight into what that means, need someone brave enough?
Following the order of the discussion, the question, will it work, will still be part of the IPIT theme as the previous messages or the initial message on that day came from Brown Mogotsi indicating to Vusi Matlala that IPIT can be a breakthrough, then followed by a response that there is a bit of a hurdle there, but I'll fill you in. So if you read those messages, they give the suggestion that it's a continuation of the IPIT discussion, ending with the message from Vusimuzi Matlala that it will need someone brave enough.
Can you proceed to the next message?
The next message, what we can indicate, Commissioners.
Date and time first, please.
The message is on the 25th of December, 2024 at 13:06, where Brown Mogotsi sent a picture to Vusimuzi Matlala, that is having a picture of what looks like a business or travel agency advertisement. And what is of importance there is to note the name of the travel agency, because it's going to come up very often as we move with this data chart presentation, which is Cartel Travel.
Can someone who is Sotho Tswana speaking please pronounce that for us? Advocate Powe.
It's Khotle. Khotle.
Thank you, thank you.
Maybe Ms. Hassim, it may have to be spelled for the transcript.
Thank you.
And that's spelled Gotlhe. Hotle.
Thank you. Generally, it also looks like it's a still picture taken off a video.
Yes, that is correct, Commissioner. Thank you for the correction for the Cartel Travel. It looks like the still picture.
I wouldn't have gotten it right either, General. So you are in good company.
That is correct, Commissioner Chairperson. It looks like it's a still picture of a video that was sent then to Matlala, Mr. Matlala.
So the next message is still on the same day, that's 25 December 2024. Can you take it from there?
Thank you. On the same day, Commissioners, on the 25th of December 2024 at 13:12, Mr. Brown Mogotsi is forwarding the message that was sent by someone to him. He is now forwarding it further to Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala, which reads as follows. Hello, sir. You have been promising to do the payment, and I constantly requested that do a 25%, which is 37,000 rands of the amount of 100.
Sorry, General, I just pause you there. I think it's 37 million. It's 37 and then it has a, oh no, it's 37,000. That's correct. Yes, yes. Yes, apologies, it is 37,000.
A 25% deposit or amount of 37,000 rands of the amount 148,000. Unfortunately, we have to prioritize the next available client. Should you not do the payment by tomorrow, the 26th of December, 2024 noon. The next message.
Before that, General, you say this was forwarded by Mr. Mogotsi to Mr. Dlamini. Is that what you say?
That is correct, Commissioner.
Can I maybe just to clarify that now at the top right hand, you have received, and then you compare the next one, it says delivered. The way that I had understood it was that received there shows that it was received by Mr. Mogotsi. Am I correct? In the one that you've just read now.
Thank you, Commissioners. It was received by Mr. Matlala, as these are chats from Mr. Matlala's phone.
Okay.
I have a, oh, sorry. I have a different question, General. When I receive chats on my phone, if it's something forwarded, I'm not sure off the top of my head now whether it will actually have forwarded, but I think it also has arrows that turn sort of at 90 degrees like that. If I'm not mistaken, it's two such arrows turning at 90 degrees, but I think there's also the writing forwarded. So you can tell from that that it is forwarded. So here, how can you tell it's forwarded? Besides the content does indeed suggest that it may have been forwarded. It's unlikely that it would have been something written by Mr. Mogotsi to Mr. Matlala. But aside of that, how are you able to tell that it was forwarded?
So, Chair, this is the issue that we alerted yesterday, that the Commission's own software was unable to reflect it in that way in which we normally see it on our phones. So the only way we could establish that it's forwarded is by looking at the metadata that indicated, and the spreadsheet that's in your annexures. If you were to, I don't propose we do it now, but if you were to go to the spreadsheet and look at 25 December 2024, and then at the time stamp, it will indicate that this is a message that was forwarded.
Thank you for the explanation.
So-
let's go by what the general says then, yeah, even with others that follow. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioners. Continuing on the same date, 25th of December 2024, we noting the response from Vusimuzi Matlala to Mr. Brown Mogotsi at 13:58, which reads as follows. First thing tomorrow morning, I'll attend to it. Soon as the banks open, I'll be there. I couldn't do it before because of the obstacles which you also are aware of. But I made a promise to you and I won't disappoint. Then on the following day, on the 26th of December 2024 at 8:05, the message sent by Mr. Brown Mogotsi to Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala containing the banking details of the same company on that business card or advert with the FNB, Cartel specialists, and the account number reflected as 628952.
We don't need to read out the account
33.
number.
Okay. And then it is for the current account. And then followed by the
So
greetings.
just to pause there, General. So it's Mr. Mogotsi sending the bank account details to Mr. Matlala for payment.
That's correct,
And it's
Commissioners.
Cartel specialists. And what was on the advert was Cartel travel. Okay, you can continue.
Then that
When you get to details like the banking details, please just say banking detail indicated without reading it into the record, please.
noted, Commissioners. Then that message on banking details is followed by the greeting on the same day, 26 December 2024 at 10:59. Then on the next page, on the same date, the 26th of December 2024, there are audio or video calls exchanged between the two, and then followed by on the same, there is a video call at 11:05 on the 26th of December, followed by the message from Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala to Mr. Brown Mogotsi on the 26th of December 2024 at 11:06, which reads thus, let me call you in 20 minutes, meeting. The response from Mr. Brown Mogotsi at 11:06 on the same day reads okay, followed by another message on the 26th still of December 2024 at 11:06 from Mr. Brown Mogotsi to Mr. Dumisani Khumalo, which reads, just send me a message that you are held up so that I send this woman, these women, please. Our interpretation is that message is talking to the forwarded message of a person who was reminding the two chatting gentlemen about the 25% deposit. The response thereof on the same day, 26 December 24, at 11:13 from Vusimuzi Matlala reads thus to Mr. Brown Mogotsi, do not stress my brother, I will take care of it. And then on the same day, the response from Mr. Mogotsi to Mr. Tamini at 12:08, indicating that share a POP and thank you, hence. Then the next message on the same date.
POP, which I understand to be
Proof of payment.
Proof of payment.
Is that a thank you or a please, as if somebody is pleading?
I think it's a please, the interpretation, because there hasn't been a payment made yet. So it's a pleading hands, Commissioner.
That's a reference to the emoji on the side, General.
So, General, it says share a POP and then the emoji of the hands. And the interpretation is that that's a please.
Yeah, please.
I don't know
Thank you.
what your interpretation is.
I'll have to agree. One is not using these emojis often, let alone the understanding.
At least,
Ms. Hasima, I was asking the chair if we are entering the territory of calling experts, emoji experts now.
I certainly hope not. Let's stay as far away from that as possible if we can in this hearing. Share a POP and the next message.
The next message is forwarded again by Mr. Brown Mogotsi to Kat. Maybe this message, we can read it together with the next one for better understanding. The two messages are sent more or less the same time on the 26th of December 2024 by Mr. Brown Mogotsi to Vusimuzi Dlamini. The first one
At 12:43.
At 12:43.
And you say that's forwarded.
Yes. The first one is a forwarded message, which reads, Comrade Brown, which means someone forwarded that message or sent that message to Mr. Brown Mogotsi, referring to him as Comrade Brown. The travel agency called in, please talk to them. Then Mr. Brown Mogotsi is forwarding the same message to Vusimuzi Matlala as sent to him. The next message now is not forwarded, is sent by Mr. Brown Mogotsi after that forwarded message, which reads Chief of Staff.
And your understanding of that?
Our understanding of that is the indication by Mr. Brown Mogotsi as who had originally sent that message to him, the very same message that he is forwarding to Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala, an indication that this message above is originally from the Chief of Staff.
And do you know anything more about, we don't know which Chief of Staff?
We do not know which Chief of Staff,
and perhaps at this stage, unless something clearer comes up, let us not speculate.
Yes.
Noted, Chair. Can we move to the next message?
Before you do that, let me ask Ms. Hassan, these two chats, they look on their face that they could be controversial or will become important later on. You've referred to annexures which have metadata. Is the intention that at some point you will take us to the metadata that indicates that indeed this was forwarded from a source that hopefully will be identified?
My understanding is we can't verify the source, the original person who sent it, the message that was then forwarded. All we're able to establish is that this was indeed a forwarded message, but not the identity of the person behind it. Can we continue? So we're on page 10.
On page 10, Commissioners, the first message on the 26th still of December 2024 at 12:48, the message from Mr. Vusi Matlala to Mr. Brown Mogotsi, reading, I think when they wake up tomorrow, it will be in. I will send you a video of my banking app. It is off. I cannot do anything without going to the bank. Was hoping they will be open today, but still closed. Our interpretation of that message is it relates to the previous chats between the two gentlemen about the possibility of the banks opening on the 26th. So this message is indicating that it is the 26th today, so the banks are still closed, and Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala is indicating that he has got a problem with his banking app, which will need him to go into the branch. Then with a response on the same day, 26th of December 2024 at 12:49 from Mr. Brown Mogotsi, indicating that that is sufficient, with another emoji.
Which is? Can you just?
I'll guess that it refers to, I'll be strong. Yeah.
So that's sufficient, and then an emoji of a muscular arm. And the next message?
The next message, still from Brown Mogotsi to Vusimuzi Matlala on the same day, 26 December at 12:49. Mr. Brown Mogotsi indicating to Vusimuzi that no need to send the video. The video, according to our interpretation, refers to the previous message at 12:48, where Vusimuzi Matlala wished or promised to send a video of his banking app to Mr. Mogotsi to show that it is not working.
And the next one is a link, if we could just play that video attachment. And that's sent, sorry, just for the record, before you play it, it's 26 December 2024 at 12:49 p.m. Do we have a problem? Apologies. And then maybe you can just read the next message to explain that.
Thank you, Commissioners. The previous messages, the first one on the same page indicated to Vusimuzi Matlala, prepared to send a video of his app that was not working as a proof, and then followed by the message where Mr. Mogotsi said there is no need to send a video, but still on the same day at 12:49, same day, 26 December 24, Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala is sending a video proving that his app is not working. The next message On the 26th, December 24 at 12:50, Vusimuzi Matlala explaining to Mr. Brown Mogotsi that he can check it. It just turns blue, nothing happens. Our interpretation is he is indicating, of course, that his app is giving him a problem. The same day, then, on the 26th December, at 13:18, Vusimuzi Matlala asking if Mr. Brown Mogotsi can take a call, and then after that, then there is a call from Brown Mogotsi to Vusimuzi Matlala. 2 calls.
At 13:18 and 13:21 respectively. Can we turn to page 11?
Then on page 11, we see the screenshot for the communication between Mr. Brown Mogotsi and the minister. According to our interpretation on the screenshot, we see Senzo Mchunu. The screenshot is forwarded by Mr. Brown Mogotsi to Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala with the messages. Reading the first one, it was during your tenure, and then there are calls in between, and then on Monday.
Before that, General, just explain that it was during your tenure. I don't quite get what it is.
And as you do so, if you could explain who's communicating. So the darker blue versus the lighter blue, who is the person who's communicating?
Yeah, according to our understanding and analysis, the communication, which is colored blue, is from the holder of the phone. In that case, it will be Brown Mogotsi, and the responses then will be different as we move on.
So the first message is, please update with the response. It was during your tenure. Do you know what that is referring to? And we don't seem to know when that exchange took place either, because there's no date above it. Is that right?
That is correct at this moment, because it's a screenshot with having previous discussions. One cannot then conclude or suggest or claim to be understanding as to what was the communication all about.
But who is supposed to have said, please update?
It's supposed to be the minister, Mchunu.
And who says it was during your tenure? Can we tell?
It's supposed to be Mr. Brown Mogotsi.
And then there are phone calls.
Yeah.
Okay.
The same for the breakthrough where it says Monday, December 2020.
So I think that's
Are
where
we
the
still
witness
coming
wants to go to, is actually that exchange, Monday, December 2023. Can you go there, General Khumalo?
Maybe before that, thank you for that, Mr. Sim. Right at the top there. So we've got the time stamp and date stamp of the 27th of December, and then 12:01. Then you've got 11:02. Is that in the screenshot? What is that 11:02? Do we know, General?
Our limited knowledge will talk to the 27th, 12th was when the screenshot was sent to Vusimuzi Matlala by Brown Mogotsi. at 12:01. And
The 11:02 may be the time, the time that was reflected on the screenshot, but it's not linked to a date, so it's not that helpful.
And then after those two messages exchanged between 13:55 and 15:07, there are 3 calls. And then on Monday, the 23rd of December, there will have been a message from Brown Mogotsi to Senzo Mchunu reading, "We got a breakthrough." And then followed by the calls on the same day. Then turning,
Do we know whether that was a call received by Mr. Mogotsi or a call made by Mr. Mogotsi?
the interpretation of the screenshot as these 2 calls were received by Mr. Brown Mogotsi as compared to the 3 above that were made by Mr. Brown Mogotsi.
General, before you go to the next page, still on page 11, top left of the page, it says there the message was deleted. What does that mean?
According to my observation, commissioners, this is a screenshot and there is a gap between that message that is written, message was deleted, which might suggest that it's the previous message. When you take the screenshot, then that other page happened then to encroach with the page that you wanted to use.
Thank you.
It's, I think, as a result of the printout. So if you were scrolling through the phone, you would see it's actually linked to the Brown Mogotsi message before that.
Just for the record, you said the first set of calls, and there are 3 of them, you said those were made by Mr. Mogotsi. For the record, I think we should say the writing there says outgoing in respect of all 3. And then the next set, you say those were received by Mr. Mogotsi. I think for the record, we should say that it says incoming.
That is correct, commissioners. The first 3 calls, they were outgoing, and then the 2 after the message were incoming voice calls.
And can you just give the time? We know it's Monday, December 23, but could you give the time of the 2 incoming calls?
The 2 incoming calls, the first one is at 11:23. The next one is at 14:49.
Can we continue with the screenshot? There's on the next date within the screenshot.
The continuation of the same screenshot on Tuesday, the communication now is on Tuesday, the following day, as reflected partly on top, page 12, where Mr. Brown Mogotsi receives the message from the number saved as for Senzo Mchunu on his phone, with the message was the arrest effected at 1919.
And the date there is reflected as Tuesday, December 24.
24.
Just remind us, what was the date of that operation where weapons were seized? Was it the second operation? Was it on the 24th?
It was on the 19th,
On the 19th.
Commissioner.
And this screenshot of this conversation is a screenshot not of WhatsApp, but of Signal.
Of Signal app. Thank you, Commissioner.
So the communications were taking place on Signal, is that right?
That is correct, Commissioner.
Can we move to the next text then?
The next text, which is the return of the theme 1 under IPID, Mr. Brown Mogotsi is sending a message to Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala, reading IPID, that is on the 27th of December 2024 at 12:05.
So this is now the third reference to IPID. We had it
IPID.
on page 4, page 6, and now on page 12.
Page 12.
Continue.
Then the message from Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala to Mr. Brown Mogotsi at the same day, 27th of December 2024 at 12:25. Reading, let me know when you back. And then the next message now, the two messages from Brown Mogotsi to Mr. Vusi Matlala on the same date, 27 December 2024. The first one at 12:31, Mr. Brown Mogotsi asking, what does the guy need? And the second message at 12:32, reading, I'm heading to Cape Town for January 08. And then the response by Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala at the same date, 27 December 2024 at 12:37, which reads thus: the case needs to have assault for him to effect arrest. He is saying he can't do arrest if there is no J88 to prove assault, and my wife is not keen to open up an assault case. The guards who were assaulted at my house only coming back in January, they went home for Christmas.
Okay, if we can just pause there. What is that a reference to in your analysis of this? It's the arrest. The case needs to have assault for him to effect arrest.
Yeah, reading or maybe understanding the whole discussion that involves IPID from the first message culminating to messages on this page 12, where the previous page there was a discussion on Signal in terms of Mr. Brown Mogotsi indicating a breakthrough, and then followed by the question, was the arrest affected? And then Mr. Brown Mogotsi now wanting to get the correct information from Mr. Matlala, indicating the IPID status according to our analysis. And then the question by Mogotsi, what does the guy need? The IPID guy, because the IPID at previous message was referred to as IPID guy. And then with the explanation now as to, according to our interpretation, that is what the guy needs, as is provided by Mr. Dlamini, Mr. Matlala, Vusimuzi Matlala to Brown Mogotsi, the explanation as to what the guy needs, as per that message, that the case needs to have assault for him, the guy, our interpretation, to effect arrest, as there were inquiries about the status of arrest. Then the guy saying he can't do arrest in the absence of J88 and other reasons that are provided by Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala on that WhatsApp chat as why the arrest cannot be effected.
The arrest of whom?
Maybe then, commissioners, if I may give a possible conclusion on this theme under IP discussion that we have seen on this pair of charts. The discussion to us suggests that Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala and Brown Mogotsi had a discussion on the involvement of IP to intervene after the operation by the team on the 18th and 19th, but we can also include the 6th of December because the encounter with Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala and the team, or encounters, started from the 6th of December. Furthermore, the manipulation of IP process comes out, or possible manipulation, as we read the responses of how IP could not effect arrest, our interpretation, or open a case in the absence of the complainants as well as the J88. So the interpretation is an attempt to manipulate IP processes for the benefit of Kat Matlala, including the private discussion around how to make this case valid, the case that had to be dealt with by IP. And also in the conversation, Mr. Brown Mogotsi seems to suggest that IP could be a breakthrough, as we have read some messages indicating the breakthroughs and the breakthrough that they needed to sort Kat's issue. There was a message that read, IP can be a breakthrough. It also suggests that Kat might have an IP person referred to as IP guy, whom he is chatting to get the case opened, investigated up to the arrest, though they are struggling because of the absence of J88 and also the guards not being around so as they can effect the arrest. The Brown Mogotsi, in his discussion with a contact saved as Senzo Mchunu in his phone, that discussion that is seen.
You are referring to the screenshot?
Yes, on the signal. We are presuming that will refer to the Minister of Police, looking at the number saved as Senzo Mchunu. The discussion shared between Mr. Brown Mogotsi and the saved Senzo Mchunu, suggesting or giving the update that there is a breakthrough, followed by a question as to whether was their arrest affected. So the analysis talks to the discussion stemming from the use of IP to come up with these charges, further investigations leading up to the arrest, which appears.
So, General, arrest of whom?
General, does the picture get clearer with other texts or chats, perhaps? Because if it does, I would suggest that we should leave this here and see how things unfold as we go through later chats, perhaps. Or not?
I think the only question is still that the only thing that we can, I'd like to ask the witness, but we can then move from there, is who is the arrest? When there's a discussion of an arrest, who's the subject of the arrest.
See, the issue is, will the general respond based on facts that he knows, or will he be speculating? And why I say, if the picture does get clearer, let's go to where it does get clearer. Maybe we'll get to know. If we don't, because if it does, there's no need to rely on speculation. I hope I'm making sense. You know the picture better than I can ever hope to.
Well, I think maybe we can park it for now, and we'll see where it goes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. We are then going to move to the next page, 13. The continuation of the chats between Mr. Brown Mogotsi and Vusimuzi Matlala on the 27th still of December 2024 at 12:38. The message reads from Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala to Mr. Brown Mogotsi, and that payment is done, with another emoji.
A thumbs up emoji.
Oh, okay. A thumbs up emoji, and the response from Mr. Brown Mogotsi at 12:41, the same day, 27 December, with thanks. And then followed by the message then still from Brown Mogotsi to Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala after thanking him, saying POP, which can be interpreted as the proof of payment stemming from that discussion at that moment.
And in context, Mr. Mogotsi appears to be asking for the proof of payment.
For the proof of payment, after a report by Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala that it's done. And then at 12:44, we see then the screenshot forwarded to Brown Mogotsi by Mr. Matlala, which indicates that the payment indeed was done. There is the proof of payment.
And then in the next message, there's an attachment of payment confirmation.
38,000 Rand.
BM1. BM1, Commissioners, is at page 92, which is the proof of payment. Chair, at this point, I'd like to just bring to the Commissioner's attention that we have done some investigative work on this account, and that will be provided to the Commission in due course. But for now, we can confirm that there were payments from this account to Mr. Brown Mogotsi.
Do you mean payments other than the one reflected in the POP?
So the POP reflects a payment from Mr. Matlala to that FNB account number belonging to Cartel specialists. And then from that account, there are outgoing payments. And what we can confirm for now is that there were outgoing payments to one Brown Mogotsi. So we're on page 14. So BM1 was a proof of payment. And the next message, if we can move to that, on 27 December 2024.
After then the payment confirmation as per Annexure BM1 was sent, and then Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala is sending a message now to Mr. Brown Mogotsi, indicating that there is something I need to clarify from, please let me soon as you back that message is sent at 12:46 on the 27th of December 2024. It is followed by another message on the same date, 27 December 2024, in the early evening, 1851, reading as follows: "Can I call brother?" And then the response on the same date, 1857, from Mr. Brown Mogotsi to Vusimuzi Matlala, indicating 1930, please, which can be interpreted as a response to the previous question. And indeed, then at 1932, on the same date, Mr. Mogotsi then is making a call to Mr. Matlala.
Just check, Ms. Hassan. Do you, in the metadata, get information that call was made and this is how long it was? Do you have that kind of information?
I'm not sure of the answer to that question, Commissioner, but I will check.
Thank you.
The next communication is now on the 29th of December 2024 at 18:01. The first message there from Vusimuzi Matlala to Mr. Brown Mogotsi: "Afternoon, brother. Do you know Brigadier Nkwana from Internal Audit?" Followed by another message on the same date, 29 December 2024, at 20:04, with just 2 question marks. Interpretation is the reminder of the question that I asked on the previous message. And then we see then the response at 2019 on the same date from Mr. Mogotsi to Vusimuzi Matlala with a question: SAPS or CI? Then Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala is responding on the same date at 21:25 that SAPS.
Continue.
And then on the next page, the continuation of the same discussion or chat on the same day, 29 December 2024 at 22:02, the response by Mr. Brown Mogotsi on the previous question: "I don't know the person." That response or that message is sent by Mr. Brown Mogotsi to Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala, followed by the next same day at 22:03, which reads: "Not we can search for the person," according to the understanding. Then
So the nut is a typo for but. Is that right?
it
Is
can
that a
be
reasonable-
interpreted by with that it's a typing error, which meant but we can search for a person.
Continue.
Then on the 30th, the following day, early in the morning, 05:18, Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala is sending a message to Mr. Brown Mogotsi, reading: "He requested to be briefed regarding my bid document. I thought you guys know something about it." Then the response by Mr. Brown Mogotsi at 7:48 on the same day, the 30th of December, reads: "No." And then after that, on the same day, 30 December at 11:08, Mr. Brown Mogotsi is sending another message to Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala, reading: "Sure, bro, court date," as a question of when is the court date.
Can we just pause there, General? So that's going into a different topic. The previous exchange comes in the context of the meeting with the Minister of 24 December, inquiring into a contract between SAPS and a company owned by Mr. Matlala. Is that correct?
That is possibly correct, based on the information obtained outside these chats, in an attempt to understand as to what the chat is all about. Firstly, the chat is after the 24th, that according to obtained information was the day of the meeting discussing the tender issue that Mr. Matlala is having with the South African Police Service. And one of the decisions was for the internal audit section of SAPS to start the auditing process of the tender. And again, according to our correct information, we have a Brigadier Mukwana, not Brigadier Nkwana. Brigadier Mukwana, who is the head of internal audit in the South African Police Service. That can be our interpretation about whom Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala is inquiring from Mr. Mogotsi.
Thank you. Continue. So you've
Sorry, Advocate. Can you please spell the name of the
Brigadier
Mukwana? Please spell that. I want to write it against Mukwana.
It's Mokwana.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you read from 30 December 2024, 11:08, Shawbro, the court date, question mark. Can you take it from there?
And then the response by Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala to Mr. Brown Mogotsi is on the 30th of December 2024 at 11:53. It reads, "Remember, I said I need to see you. It's regarding this court date issue. There is something I need to discuss with you." Our interpretation, that is the response then on the previous question asked by Mr. Brown Mogotsi, with Mr. Brown Mogotsi responding same date at 13:06 with okay.
Okay, continue.
Then on the 31st, the following day now, on the 31st of December 2024, there is a message from Brown Mogotsi to Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala, sent as and attached as Annexure BM2.
On 31st of December, and BM2 is at page 94 of the bundle. 93 of the bundle. And it's a Constitutional Court judgment of Matlala versus the Director of Public Prosecutions in the Western Cape. I believe we'll come to this in a moment. You can continue with the text messages, General.
Thank you, Commissioners. Continuing on page 16, the communication is dated the 31st of December 2024 at 10:49. That is after then the previous page message where the court judgment was sent then by Mr. Brown Mogotsi to Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala. The message reads, this thing, by own interpretation, this thing might make it difficult. A very 100% typing error if it was meant makes, unless if it's a lingo that is used then between the two.
Yes, for the record, let's read how it's typed, which is MYKZ. Thank
I
you.
can
General.
spell it, Commissioners, MYKZ.
Thank you.
Chair.
Let us, before going to the next chat, perhaps let's take the adjournment now, come back at 11:15. Let's adjourn.